Hello and welcome back to the STB Racing League Season 19 here for the Mexico City Grand Prix, or Mexican Grand Prix, I'm not sure which way to say it. We are back at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. I probably pronounced that wrong, but I am me. So we've got Mazepin and Sergio Samuel setting the first laps in Mexico. The highest track on the calendar in terms of altitude. So it's obviously, I'm not sure about really takes effect in the game, but it's always a nice fact to know. But it's obviously, in fact, Mexico is a very technical track. Lots of quick sections, lots of slow sections, a couple of medium speed corners as well. It's a very difficult track to get right. It's one of those tracks where you can probably run a bit lower downforce, but you'd be sacrificing a lot in Sector 2, which I noticed after yesterday's race. 6-7 Wings does not go very well, fortunately. As Ernest Merckx takes the complete wrong line through there. Fresh, I think, is believed having connection issues. So, yeah, Mercury's back for his one-off show in STB after his lead admin retirement from the end of last season. And he's back for Tier 3. He's gone from Tier 1 to Tier 3 in one season. How about that? Storms does a 18.3% in mediums, which is nothing special, but he's only jumped on about 15 minutes ago. So, I would say it's not too bad of an effort for your first lap, and he's on the wheel, which is obviously he's normally a pad user. And also, I want to apologise for the awful stream quality for the race, just the race section of the stream yesterday. I'm looking back through it yesterday, and then I just realised it's just all it was pixelation and lag on the speaking side. So obviously Maldi and Bram did not check the stream before the race started, so they didn't know it was lagging like an absolute monkey. So I'd like to apologise for that. So only the qualifying was actually clean because we had to restart we started the stream because we had to restart the lobby as obviously the usual post-qualifying pre-race glitch where it just doesn't load into the race. So I'd like to apologise for that, as Boulange invalidates as he's trying to cut turn 3, which is very difficult to do. Obviously that chicane, the quickest way to get around is to cut those curves as much as possible without bouncing over the orange curves and without sacrificing the exit too much. If that turn 3 is always a bit difficult for you, you can always still cut turn 2 and then just nip the curve at turn 3, and you actually get a better exit if you do actually take that sort of line. As you see, Andrade taking a very conservative line. Probably better in the race, but it does sacrifice a bit of time, but it will help you a bit more consistency and reduce the amount of mistakes and penalties you get. Turn 2 is normally not as bad. It's normally turn 3 you attempt to get penalties if you're trying to cut it over the curve in such a way. But see how Maldi's invalidated. Katadar is also invalidated. Chris on the lap. It's not coming up with a delta, so I'm not sure if he's actually really going to be 8 seconds up there. Sky Sentin gets out of the way. Obviously, back in the gun box, obviously it's been me by myself for about 90% of the races. I've had a couple of races bound with, a couple of people with somebody else before, but most of the season being by myself on Wednesdays. Obviously, Bram is doing his usual with Maldi in the party, not really willing to commentate, and obviously Danny's obviously not here to obviously his services, and obviously Maldi's racing. So yeah, and obviously I would mention say Mercury could always commentate with me, but it took out Mercury here. He's a bit of an arrogant one. So yeah, I'm obviously streaming commentating by myself. Mr. Matty himself, also known as Matthew, that's what Maddy would call me, in the com box for another race. And obviously we've got for Tier 2 and Tier 3 we have Saudi Arabia after this, then Abu Dhabi, and then it's actually Brazil for the last race and not Abu Dhabi. Maldi couldn't cut his way to the start of his last. Sorry, Sergio Samuel. So I was looking at Maldi at Mercury earlier. Actually, Sergio Samuel, but it's very close to the back of the Alfa Romeo here. Luckily, Alpha managed to get out of the way. I'm not sure who that is. I think that might be Drulos. It is. So Drulos giving Cyrus having a lot of slipstreams. Funny enough, it's a bit of a weird one to watch into. That's not really unless he just wanted to get out of the way. I'm not sure. But obviously, right now, Mazepin setting another lap here on another set of softs. I think it's his second lap on these tyres. Because it's already done 1 lap. He's already done another lap. I think he's actually saving, not sure actually. 14, 15. It's going to be an improvement of 15.5. So, very decent lap there. Obviously, I think in Tier 2, there's a lot of medium runners in qualifying. So, that makes pole position was done by Tris, which was like a 13.7, I believe, which was stupid. He's doing Tuesdays because that was what he was available for during the start of the season. But he's available for Mondays now. We should be doing Tier 1 next season, but Tris is obviously a bit too quick for Tier 2, but he's going to stay there because he's still got a championship to fight because he's actually won it yet. Quite the pace advantage. Oh, he's going wide as Pin's not on the lap anyway. Well, not sure what she's doing. I don't know why you would be using the tyres up too much. Softs don't last very long in the race, so you want to be careful on them, especially your first stint, because if you wear out the tyres up too much, then it's going to make it more difficult for the heavy fuel. But yeah. So Samuel, as we got our Red Bull getting out of the way nicely. I think that would be Alpha. Taking a bit of a tight line. They're all taking quite tight lines. They're not really opening that corner up. That's what I would thought they would do. Actually better if you sacrifice turn 4 a bit for turn 5, as it's cut there. It's so difficult, that corner is. That curb at the exit turn 7, which is the fast left, and then the first fast right for that section, there is that curb on the inside of exit turn 7 and entry turn 8. You have to get the car right underneath the curb, right underneath the car. If you've got 2 wheels on it, your car's going round. Obviously, it can make the car drivers a bit paranoid seeing that curb because it's going to make you spin if you get it wrong. There's a lot of drivers back in the pit lane. I think that's what time where everyone's just doing their changing their tyres, planning out what they're going to do next strategy, whether they're going to go mediums or the softs. The 2-stop around it, as we saw yesterday. But some people might want to choose the medium tyres. They might want to get, because the softs are considerably quicker. But if you can get those mediums done in the first stint and hold your pace, then it work out a lot better for you in that second stint, which then will help you towards the last stint, which pretty much everyone will be on softs at that rate, unless people decide to use the medium tyre at the end, which is not the preferable strategy to go. It's better to go soft, medium, soft around here, or medium, soft, which you can do. So it's very interesting. We've got Kayla Dart flying around the second sector. Downforce crushing. G-force is insane coming around into this twisty section here. But when he's backed out and he's cutting the corner, he can't be cutting here. He's not allowed. I did it. I cut less than that once. I think it was last season or something, and got a 5-second time penalty for it. And it was barely even the corner. It was just a slight nip of the hairpin. It was nothing like straight lining it. I just thought I'd take a little bit of a detour to deal with the shift of route, but that was a lot bigger. So if I get a 5-second penalty for what I got, that's probably a 10-second time penalty if according to that. There's got a couple of slow cars. Crash and I think the Ferrari slow. I think a lot of people were fancying having been behind somebody for the qualifying lap, because just getting a bit of extra slipstreamers. Chris just getting away. I think he wasn't nailing that. He's not actually on the lap. He's in the McLaren on lap. Sky Sentin's a 10th up, so he's looking to nibble that top 5. Just needs to get the car rotated. Not opting to use any curb on the entry. He's gone a bit wide there, but he's managed to get around it without doing any major mistakes. He's not really cutting the grass there either. He's not using any of the track really. Did nice to the curb there, but it's always difficult here. You want to use as much as possible. Very easy to go wide through that left-hander. A lot quicker than it is in real life. We do it at like 170 kilometers an hour, and in real life they do it about 170. kilometers an hour. That's the speed difference between real life and qualifying an actual race in real life. Sorry. Coming around the last corner, looks like it might be a 15, maybe I'll go 16, 16.1. So not quite 5th place, but definitely closer. He might just have enough time to get into pits and strap on another set of softs, but you don't be only using those softs too much because you want to use 2 sets for the race. The last thing you want to do is, well, realistically, you want a fresh set for the race, at least 1. And if you're going to do the medium soft strategy, you want to have at least 2 sets of fresh softs. Well, you're preferable, but always nice to have fresh tyres every time you come to the pits. But it's whether they want to sacrifice a bit for qualifying. But that's up to them. Mercury, yet set a fast lap yet. Just coming at the pits now. It's coming out on a set of softs, I believe. Maldi's finally out on track. I don't know where he's been. It's coming out on a set of mediums, but the mediums are just over 1 second slower. So I think Maldi could probably get top 10, maybe ahead of Viper. But I'll be surprised if he gets faster than that. As someone spun at that corner, his mediums are not the greatest qualifying tyre. Those softs are considerably quicker. But the mediums don't actually last that much longer. Those mediums can last about 12, 13 laps. The soft mediums can last about 17 laps. So they don't last much longer. I was saying that medium's going to be about, I think about 19. But Maddie's on that now. Let's see what the mediums can do, because this is 16.2. That's a stonking lap by Maldi. That's a theoretical pole position, that is, by quite a few tenths. 16.2 on tyres that are second slower, and even with Dross's new lap, which is still a decent lap, Maldi, on those mediums, still, if those tyres are, which I believe are about 1.1 seconds slower, is theoretically he's done a 15.2 on a set of softs. That's if he did the exact same thing on a clean lap on a set of softs. That's what theoretically he could have done. So that's an amazing lap by Maldi. He's ahead of 13 other drivers on a compound harder tyre. If Maldi can keep his pace up in that first stint, if he can keep the pace up in that first stint and keep with those top 6, top 5, then he has got a race on his hands. Because soon, oh, there's another car in the barriers, I believe, at that section. A lot of people seem to crash there, and it's Torpedo. Torpedo's there, crashes. Why do people crash there? It's not really a corner you spin at. Normally it's turn 7, turn 8, you see people spin, but very fascinating that people spin it there. I mean, should be catchable around the corner, and that Aston Martin's going to be in the way of Mercury. Why is he in the way? It's probably Papa Levels. It's Sant. Mercury's going to get some nice slipstream, but Sant's on his outlap. He's going to give Mercury a little bit of slipstream, but Mercury 15.3. It's just walloped a pole position. Iron Storm's now on the set of medium, on the set of softs. He's going to try and he's not done the greatest lap on the set of mediums. Oh, I don't want to be doing that in the outlap. Papa Devil's also on the lap. He's the 10th down, so he's not improving. Alpha's not improving either. He's 8 tenths down as well. He's invalidated his lap time, so I'm not really sure unless he's going to go for another lap. He hasn't got the yards to do it. And he stays P11. Pirello, 2 tenths up. Or he's looking to get maybe a P9. He's going to improve by 8 tenths a second if he wants to beat somebody like Maldi, who's just retired. That's his qualifying over. He's planning just up one stint. I also think he did a lot of laps on the set of softs to help him prepare for that. Fresh is also on a set of mediums, but he's not going to be at 15.8 on a set of mediums. Like, that's a massive ass size. He's going to be at 15.8 on a set of mediums. I think even the tier 2 drivers struggle with that. I think I only did like a 16.5. So, just proves how well Maldi's done it on that stint and that tyre. I think I was about 2 seconds off about 2/10 off Triss. Triss is a 14, yeah, so about 16.7, I think. I think it was probably, yeah, probably even that bad. Also 15.7. I don't actually remember. I have a memory of a goldfish. I can't remember what lap I did yesterday. Probably because I wanted to forget about it yesterday. But yeah, Fresh coming around last corner, he's straight back into pits. He didn't realise how slow those tyres were. They're a lot slower than, say, a track like Silverstone, where the soft medium is actually quite close. Here, a massive gap. The hards are not too much slower than the medium on the medium side, but the hards are just a bit too slow, and it just doesn't quite work out. It's just a two-stop is the preferable strategy around here. That was a validated lap time. Viper is lagged out the lobby about 4 times. It's 1.5 overall, 1.5 tenths up. But he's completely messed up the hairpin, and that's gonna not helping. And he's gone wide. That was unnecessary. That was really necessary to take that extra bit of turn left. Really did not need to jolt the car to the left to open up the corner up more, because you're just risking doing exactly what he just did. If he got a lap in, he could have been P7 if he got the lap right. But that's how much he just lost from doing that one silly mistake, and that is qualifying over any cars on the track as the cars that have already done laps and are just going around in circles. I don't actually know if the tyres get worn at this point. We were mainly waiting for Fresh, and now Papa Devils is now back into the garage. But here is your qualifying results for Tier 3 tonight at the Mexican Grand Prix for Tier 3. And Malus Mercury on his return for his odd little race has come back straight back with the pole position, but it's only, well, he's barely driving the game, but still good pole position for him. Drillos would be P2, Mazepin P3, Kizadar would be P4, Fresh P5, Chris P6, Sentin P7, SD Mardi on the mediums, P8, Shashishan on P9, Pilar P10, got 6 seconds. We've got Alpha, Papa Devils, Andreda, Viper, Tovar Storms, Torpedo, Sands, Boulange, and Bitsy Buffalo, who's, I believe, crashed before I even started the stream. So, that is amazing. So we wait for the drivers to get their setups ready, sort out their strategies, the fuel. Well, I'm not sure what these two drivers, this tier of drivers do with their strategies and how they plan them out. No one's ready up yet, so everyone's obviously checking. Obviously, it's a 2-stop around here. 1 stop is just a bit sluggish, it's about 5 seconds slower. And it's just the hards are not exactly a nice tyre to be on. The softs are just a great tyre to be on. I think everyone would love to be on softs all the time, but yeah. I was just looking through Discord for a second, just checking everything's all good in the hood. So over here, just checking here. So everything is good as we are ready to start the formation lap. LMS Mercury will set off. Last P2, Melspin P3. Just get all the statistics back up. So Alpha's actually on the hards. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. He's obviously committing to the 1-stop. Those tyres are going to be... The Papa Devil is going to have so much more grip off the line. Like, those softs are considerably faster. They'll be over 1.5 seconds of that faster from Fresh. So, I think the people on the softs are looking for a good start. Maddie's on mediums and P8. His target is simply to keep up with these soft runners, because these soft runners will pull away. We saw that in Tier 2. The medium runners just fall back and the soft runners pull away. Unless you can try and hit onto their slipstream and DRS enough, and you have enough pace to keep up, I believe Maldi will have. And obviously you hit about, I think you hit about that 14 onto a fresh set of softs, and then go about lap 25 onto another set of softs to go to the end. So 14 laps mediums, 11 laps on the 2 sets of softs to the end. So very simple strategy from Aldi, and the soft runners will be pitting around lap 10, lap 11 maybe, chap on a set of mediums that go to about lap 24, lap 25 to go to the end. Power Devils has disqualified, obviously maybe a bit of touchies with Andrada or Alpha, also both Aston Martins getting caused in collisions under the formation lap. So now we see the tyres. Let's get the position changes so we know who's going up and who's going down. I don't think anyone wants to be going down, but fortunately some do. As we've got the rest of the grids queuing up. Everyone settles into their grid slots. Orange and Mitzi Buffalo just pulling into their grid slots. As we come to start the Mexico Grand Prix with 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go, and Mercury looks like he's got a brilliant start. Dross with a bit of a wheel spin. Mazepin has a great start. Great start for one of the championship contenders. As Dross falls down to P3, you've got Fresh in P4. Sergio Samuels, a massive crash at the back. That's Nasty Mine. That's Papa Devil's out. And that's Babu Lounge also out. The massive crash is a virtual safety car, unsurprisingly. And that's a terrible, terrible start. Maldi's down into P15. There's 5 time penalties now for Tauri around that. KTM Viper. Maldi's had a terrible start. He's lost, and his medium tyres have hurt him. There's not going to get any damage, so. And KTM also lost 4 places. And it's a full course safety car. So it's too early to make a pit stop. I mean, if you do, you're effectively switching. You're still be doing a 2 stop, but you're effectively doing a 1 stop if you pit now. You're effectively having to go mediums towards the end, which isn't a bad strategy, to be honest. Mediums. I mean, that'll work out. It's just that you're going to be a bit slow because everyone else will be on the softs towards the end. But then again, if you pit now, you're going to be putting a lot of traffic. So I think the safest bet to do is to stay out as we are, unless you're near the back or have damage. Sky Sentinel is now joined. Was even here in the first place. He is P6. He's lagged out. He actually gained 1 place. Pastor Samuels gained 4 places. I wonder if Kizadar or Maudi got damage. They're both staying out. So I think it's just a bad start, unless they got caught out by the collisions, which all happened behind him though. So Julos in the pits. Julos has damage. When did that happen? He wasn't exactly caught in that clash either, because that was towards the back. There must have been some, maybe hit the back of someone during the start. It's raised everyone up behind him, which is pretty much almost everyone from basically P4 and down. It's got a free position, so yeah, safety car. Yeah. I don't like the safety car in that one because it just ruins that excitement that carries on flow. Turn 1, you hype it up. You get through turn 1, you're like, oh, everything's happening. And by turn 4, you're like, oh, it's a safety car. And you're like, now you have to wait 5 minutes for everyone to key back up and get everything going. And then obviously a normal race safety car restart's not exciting as a full race start. So from the full race start, everyone's a bit more bunched up still. Everyone's still going side by side. But safety car, everyone's pretty much single file out of there. But you have to make someone go side by side. But when the race starts, everyone's already side by side, which then causes it to stay like that for most of the race. Well, for the first lap. So it's been nice in the first couple of races, last few races now, we've had a safety car on the first lap. But multiple cars have got penalties. I believe a couple of them might be 5-second time penalties with some clashes earlier on in that one collision. I'm not sure who it was. All I know is that Jonas had damage and there was a crash at the back with Dapper Devils. I'm not sure if that included Boulange. I believe it did. He's having to drink this fruit. No one's pitting, unsurprisingly. Maybe a couple of people back towards the back may pit if they want to change strategy, if they've got damage or they're on the wrong tyre. Everyone seems to be staying out, so yeah. Was it Andromeda? Was it Andromeda? Who was it on the hards? It was Alpha on it on the hards, which is always a strange one thing to be on in Mexico. So yeah, but if you ignore Alpha, who's just apparently just overtaking Pirello. Oh! And Pirello has lost the position to Alpha under the safety car, maybe going a bit too slow, and Alpha's got the position done under the safety car. Sometimes if you go too slow under the safety car, you effectively become your own yellow flag and people can pass you because effectively you're an incident. So people can just pass you as they please. Safety car will be in this lap, just need to get Pirello to catch back up to Alpha because it's somebody really crazy in a bit of a gap. But yeah, apart from Alpha, you can obviously see the separation of the soft runners and the medium runners. Obviously Melody lost a few positions. Melody really should be about P7 right now, but he screwed up. The other Red Bull's trying to take Pirello now. Oh, and there's collisions! That was Tovar and Andromeda, I think. Okay, with Alpha. I thought it was a white car. It was an Alfa Romeo, not a Haas. As lights are going to be off as Mercury sets them away. Mercury's taking a very compromised line, but he's not going yet. He's not going yet. We're wait for speeding up. We're not gone yet. Now we're gone. Mercury's caught them off guard. Everyone else decided to go early and now to back out, and it's created a bit of havoc. There's bigger gaps forming already. Got Chris on the back of Sentin, slipstream, DRS. Well, no DRS actually. It's all about how much wings you're using. Chris overtaking Pirello's but past Alpha on the softs. As you see, Sergio Samuel diving down inside of the championship contender Mazepin. Not actually sure who's actually leading championship now. It's our fresh and Mazepin, I think. As we're all queuing round, as we've got, I think it's Maldi alongside Alpha. Obviously, it's hard, it's just not working. That's just even compared to the mediums. There's a Ferrari round. That's Pirello. Pirello is round. I know what that feels, to be honest. I had the exact same thing yesterday, so it's always it's a demotivation, that sort of thing. As you spin and you think, I just lost all that positions, all that time, and now I've got to find a way to get back through it. And those hards look horrible, absolutely horrible. He's already 1.5 seconds behind Maldi. Those tires just don't work, even though it's not even the hardest compound on all the tires you can use. There's more yellow flags. Yellow flags. Oh, Irish Storms. There's yellow flags, but there's no car. As we've got side by sides, we've got some more yellow flags. Weird bugs going on here with yellow flags, but it shouldn't be there unless it's damage. A bit confusing here. Why there's so many yellow flags? Get rid of them, please. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird glitch. This is. I don't know what's going on here. Why is yellow flags are here? Continue on. Mercury leads the way. He's flying ahead. Sent in up the inside of Sergio Samuel as they barge their way through, and Sergio Samuel holds the position, I believe. And now Tauri looks on. So we'll have it at the moment. Alex Corner still getting these weird yellow flags right now. Not sure why we're getting yellow flags here. Still got yellow flags. Not sure why. Game's been a bit buggy. That's a corner cut by Sentin. If we're doing too many of them, there's definitely some sort of safety car. We've definitely got some sort of yellow flag bug here. I'm not sure why. Oh! And Maldi spun. He's clashed with a Red Bull. Tovar's got no front wing. Maldi's round. And there's been more collisions now for a moment to the back of him. He's got no front wing. I don't know what's going on. There's yellow flags happening where there shouldn't be yellow flags, and there's collisions happening. Maldi's down. He's being involved in collisions he shouldn't be in. Maldi's also in the pits, and that's his race strategy ruined. So is Duras as well, also in the pits, and Tovar's also in the pits with the penalty as well. And that's just gone from bad to worse now. Mercury leads the way. There's too many yellow flags going on. Alpha's got a penalty as well. Has got mainly up the inside. KZR as Sentinel actually, I believe, defending from the Alpha Romeo. And he's kept the position here, but he's lost the position to it's Chris, I believe. Oh, look at all that gap Maldi and Joss are going to make up now. It's massive. Probably about 30 seconds we've got to find to get back to the next sort of train. As those yellow flags are still happening. I'm not sure why. That's two cars going side by side. That's still KZR and Sentinel really battling it out here at Mexico City. And the McLaren's just gone straight on. He's letting through, but was that a tactic? Was that a tactic to get DRS? I don't know whether that's actually supposed to be loud or not. But he's done that to get DRS. I'm not sure that's clever. Or it's a bit aggressive. He's run out, but he's got no DRS. He's barely gaining, but the DRS is doing most of the work. And up inside him goes, but he's not really committed to it. He's going to try and ruin the Alfa Romeo's rear, but he hasn't got the DRS to do it. So he's not going to make any checks soon. Well, Chris has just lost a load of positions apparently, but I think that might be he's disconnected apparently, but he otherwise dropped down about 20 million positions. So I'm a little unsure. Oh, it's up back to 5th again. That's a bit weird. This lobby's been really buggy right now. This game is really not. This game is really not. It's just. It's so broken right now. We're getting random yellow flags constantly from about turn 9, 10, 11, and then at turn 12, which is the right hander coming to the stadium section. And then, oh, there's a full safety car. The Mercury's in the pits. This is the perfect time for the soft runners to pit now. This will also help people like Maldi and Dross catch back up. This is definitely time for soft runners to pit now. Strap on a set of mediums. I think you can still do the same strategy. You just got to stretch those tyres a few laps longer than you would want to. There's a front wing change here for Sentin actually, so there's been some sort of collision. Obviously there'll be a delta until the leader catches up to the safety car. So as soon as Andretta gets to that safety car, everyone will be going flat out, top speed, going berserk, trying to gain all the positions. And that Alpha Tauri is going backwards in the pit lane. We don't want to be seeing that. That's something we definitely don't want to see. Having is better than watching commentating on a league race or drinking a can of cider. As Maldi and Dross overtake Sand and Viper, so they gain a couple positions, but they've got a lot of positions to gain as Viper now teleports. He's stuck in the pit lane. He's stuck in the pit lane. His teammate, who was being really buggy, I think Chris needs to leave here. He's creating a buggy race. I think he might be causing all this, to be honest. I really don't know what's going on. His car was stuck in the pit lane, and it still is. I think if this is the case, Chris can't pit. I think we need to get Chris to leave. I seriously need to get Chris to leave. I need to get him to leave and then rejoin. He's in English. Crap. I'm not sure if he understands English or not. He's Spanish. But I really need him to leave and rejoin. Yeah, it's really not good right now. I believe he's causing the bug. So obviously, Viper's still stuck in the pits. Oh, I know he's in. What is rejoin back anyway? Here at Sentence has been served at 5 second penalty for collision. I don't know what's going on there. These drivers have an inability to do a safety car. Pardon me. Oh! I just see a car ramming the back of someone there. Well, that was a curb. Maybe making that noise. But I heard something. LD. No, sorry, Mercury. Lost the position to Andrada, but Mercury, despite having to make a pit stop, still in P2. So Andrada will be, I think, relatively easy picking. Those tyres are 8 laps older than his. Safety car is in this lap, so Keaton Viper needs to. He might just get the back of this. His car weans through the second sector. He will just get to the back of it as they set off. So yeah, he's just got to the back of it now, and they're going now. They're going. Andrada's left it late. Mercury's on the back of him now. It's going to be everyone's died. Got a massive gap behind Torpedo or behind Samuel. There's been a massive gap. Everyone's been sleeping below Samuel. And as they all train up, Mercury's looking up the inside, the side by side with Samuel and Fresh. As the Mazepin's looking to get his way around as well. Mazepin gets on the curve and he has to let the Christensen go. Andrew's struggling on those warm mediums. He's going to pit in the next 4 laps. There's going to be 3 wide. Up the inside. He's going to get crushed here. Yeah, Samuel being very clumsy there. He don't make it 3 wide because the person on the outside is going to give enough room for the person who's on the inside of him. But he doesn't know. The person on the outside doesn't know that the person that also went on the inside of the person on his he's already gone up around the outside with. So he's not going to give him any room for 2 cars, is he? So yeah, it comes with a side of Samuel there. She's not really making it 3 wide there. They've already used 50% overtake already. Oh, and the people like Mercury, sorry, 10%. So is Mazepin using the EOS a bit more efficiently and able to use it later on when it matters. So they're keeping it smart right now. Mercury's already got a 1 point second lead. I think Mercury's on for a dominating victory here. No one can touch him. Don't in tier 3, but Santin is round, I believe, at the last corner. Position that promotes everyone up behind him, upper place. As Andrada is defending really harshly for Fresh. Oh, we almost see some. That was almost some. Oh, and the beat's going round and around, and there's a massive clash. There's a pile up into 3. Oh my God, what is happening? Collision with Andrada and Fresh, I believe. And also another car around, and that's queued everyone back now. Maldi's side by side with Julos. They're both fighting for what would have been P about 3-5, and Maldi's not giving any room, and he's forced his way through the Alfa Romeo driver. Viper's got a fasting time post with 9 yellow flags. And he's getting more bugs now. These yellow flags, as soon as the yellow flag is caused, the yellow flags stay there forever now. I don't know what's causing it. I really don't know. I don't know what's causing these. Kaiser Darts now going through, I believe, is that Viper's AI? Why is Viper doing a lap and a half down? I don't think he's supposed to be a lap down. I think that's a bug. It's a bit strange. This lobby's really bugged up right now. Really bugged up. I wonder if people can even able to take it to turn 1 because there's constant yellow flags there. There's more yellow flags here. McLaren. It's about 5 places getting yellow flags right now. As this lobby's getting really bugged. This game is seriously broken. The best way to sort it out is just no one lags out in the first place. But talking about Codemasters here in EA Sports, I mean, they always have bugs. So I wonder if it affects overtakes or not. As Andrada's in the pits for a set of hards. I think he's committed to that sort of one-stop strategy. Mazepin's also on the hards. I'm not sure why they're on the hards. Not the tyre to go on. Torpedo's been set a penalty as well. Mercury's flying away. We'll keep killing Maldi. Irish Storms is taking his own line through the second sector. Maldi's also like a torpedo. Torpedo's making his own little missile group here of trains. Maldi, no DRS I think yet. I believe. I think still need another lap yet. Oh, look, DRS is enabled. So DRS for STB Maladai, Slipstream, DRS, overtake, no, stuck there for himself. I think just his own DRS to do all the work. Up the inside it goes. Job, bish bash, done. Oh, there's a touch! And the Williams is round, and the McLaren's been caught in it. Maldi not giving people room. More yellow flags being caused. Torpedo's also being round as well, obviously, in the collision. And Maldi's forcing his way through. Maybe Maldi could have gave it more room. Maybe Torpedo did, maybe had the right to have the inside there. I'm not sure how. It didn't look like it. Maldi had most of the car. I think also at the same time, Torpedo should have really tried and back out a little bit because, well, Maldi, it's a corner where you get pinched at, and you just want those corners where you just have to back out, even if you want to keep the position. And just keep getting our flags here. We've got 5 different pairs of no flags game right now. We've got first sector, and then we've got one just at the start of second sector, and then we've got one just at the end of sector 2, and then we've got one in the last corner. So plenty of flags and glitches are happening right now. Because they are struggling to keep up with Fresh. As Irish Storm's pits, I believe, must have damage from that little collision there with Maldi and Torpedo. Torpedo will continue on, he didn't get much damage from it. Irish Storm's into pits. Now I think that might be actually his actual pit stop. Well, if it is damage. It is damage, I think. But I think, well, he can still go soft to the end anyway. It's roughly around the time we want to start pitting the mediums off anyway. Oh, in fact, he was tyres were more fresh, so I'm not so sure. But I wonder what Maldi's going to be doing for the rest of the season. He's going to go soft towards the end. He's going to take, because, well, he's got to do at least another 8-9 laps on those tyres. Well, anyone really would be going probably towards the softs towards the end. So Samuel's making his own little train here. Fresh, really need to get past so he can have his own fresh air in front of him, try and pull a gap. Chris is in the pits. Is he going to get a bug? He's been teleported back onto the track. He's been teleported back onto the track. I don't know what I just witnessed. Whoa! Okay, Chris. He needs to leave here. I want to send a message to say to restart, to rejoin back. I need to get him out. I think he's causing this. Hold on a second. Try and get Chris out of here because he's bugging his lobby up. Just give him a moment. I'm really trying to get him out of here, but I'm worried he's Spanish, but I'm not sure if he understands English. But I think he's the main cause of this problem, because obviously I see him being teleporting. He's creating a big lobby glitch right now. I don't even know if to check his messages, to be honest. He really does need to leave his lobby. I can't kick him, but he is the prime reason why the whole lobby's bugging out, I believe. I don't want to leave because I'm not sure if that's going to fix it. And obviously I need someone to invite me back if that's the case. So yeah, we've got a train on here behind Pressure. I want to check Discord to make sure nothing's happening there. Nothing's messages there. Nothing's happening here. As you see the battle continuing between these three drivers as another round. Williams had a bit of a moment. Hesigar doesn't like he's ready to make any move. As Williams has his own DRS. No, he doesn't. Because Stretcher stuck it and ran away. That's going up the inside. There's a big dive bomb. He's made it stick in terms of not making any severe collisions, excuse me. He's going around the outside. And that's it, mate. Done. Up into P3. He's still not got any penalties yet, so yeah. Andrew's got disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. Interesting. Pirlo's also out as well. Maudi's in the pits very early. It's a safety car. And what a call that was made by Thingy. And this could be a call of the day, but Maudi's not going to do 18 laps on a set of softs. Unless he's going to go soft maybe. He could do that. He's got the tyres to do it. And he's not going to lose any positions here. Could Maudi just pulled off a strategy masterclass? Because all these drivers in front of him have still got a pit yet. And they're not doing another 18 laps on set mediums. So Maudi's done this pit stop on his softs. He's not lost a position. He's only lost one place from Tovar. He's going on the softs now. He's going to push like hell, try and gain all these positions, and then while he's got fresh tyres, he's going to try and overtake everyone. Then he'll be on the same tyres as everyone towards the end. That's going to be interesting. He might have fresh tyres actually, so he can probably pit a little bit later. At the same time, he doesn't want to get undercutted. So I don't know. I'll see how he does it. He's got a few people in the party with him to help him along. I'm not sure what strategy he's going to do, because he's not doing 18 laps on a set of softs. That's for sure. I'm going to see if I can try and message Bram. I just sent, so Bram is here in the lobby as a spectator, so he'll be able to keep track. And actually, Mercury's on the hards here, so they've also made a pit stop. Maudi's on the softs, so this is interesting. K-Tadar is on the mediums, which I believe will be the better race tyre. I think they'll probably still be better tyre. I think the mediums can do 18 laps. I think they probably could do that. So we've got a mix of softs, mediums and hards tyres here. We've got Mercury on the hards, Fresh on the hards, K-Tadar's on the mediums, Maudi's on the softs, Sant is on the mediums but he's not pitted. Tovar's on the hards, Dross is on the softs, Sergio Samuel's on the hards, Mazepin's on 6 laps on his hards and not looking to pit again. Chris, probably the one bugging the whole lobby up right now, in P10 on the mediums. Topia's on the softs, Buffalo's on the softs, Irish Stone's on the mediums, Senti on the mediums, who's not actually been here since Sliced Bread, And KTM Viper pitting for about the 15th millionth time in the pits again for a set of mediums. Which I believe should get into the end relatively nicely, but a little bit of probably more than you would want to be towards the end. Awesome Sense pitted. Samuel's got back into the pits again to get rid of his hard strategy. I wonder if he's decided to have a bit of a switch of strategy here. His guy's taking off his penalty, so that's fair enough. Mazepin's also in the pits. Samuel's out of the pits, just ahead of Mazepin. Mazepin's not been a great race for him after that little collision earlier on in the race. And it's all about being damage limitation from then on. There's a couple of safety cars to help him. But we'll see. America continues to lead the way, but I wonder if Maldi can have the pace, if Maldi can get past KZR, and then he'll be considerably faster than people on the hards, get past them, try and build a gap, then hit for another set of softs, he'd be, what, about 3 seconds a lap faster compared to the hard runner at that point? At least 2.5, that's for sure. I mean, the tyres would be worn out by that point, or a little bit worn. And they'd be flying. And then all he has to do then is try and, well, I mean, 8 laps to try and find about 20 seconds. It's going to be a bit of an ask. But, let's see what's going to happen. But Maldi, he's not going to make those tyres go to the end. Those softs will deteriorate by about lap 13, about 13 laps. So his tyres will be destroyed by lap 20, 34, like, they'll be gone. It'll be struggle to keep on the track. I'm talking about Maldi here, who spins on fresh tyres. Like I can speak myself, but yeah, I don't mind smoking all the drivers. Well, I do the exact same thing anyway. That's what everyone does anyway. But there'll be another lap of safety car. So I'm waiting for KTM Viper. Is about 1 lap behind. He's caught up about half a minute during that last lap. I don't want to be taking too much life out of those mediums at the same time, but at the same time he needs to be, it's better to be behind the train than not be behind the train with fresher tyres. I think I'd be a bit more worn tyres, but get back behind everyone. I think he can make it anyway. I mean, he's really catch up one straight. But it'd be interesting. Obviously American Fresh going to the end, catered up. His mediums were a little bit more worn towards the end, but I think he can get to the ends relatively nicely. Maldi, I'm 90% certain he's pitting again. Probably going to be around lap 28. I just don't see him making their sides to the end. Racing Buffalo is definitely pitting towards him. Everyone's slowing down, so almost a halt here. So yeah, Sands got a 5-second penalty for collision with Sergio Samuel. Why are you getting that close to somebody? I don't know. Safety car will probably be in this lap, as Viper's now back behind everyone. And there it is, safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Fresh will be looking to chomp down, but he needs to be looking behind him as well. It's catered on the mediums and those softs, which are considerably faster than the mediums and the hards. Obviously, the mediums are not that much slower, that much quicker than the hards, but obviously going to be a little more grip anyway. Maldi's looking to get. I think Maldi will be looking to get past these guys by the end of the second lap or something. As Mercury's had a bit of a moment there, and Maldi's looking at that move. As Arcade Art not making a move, and Maldi's now looking at the back of him. As Fresh is now back in Maldi. Mercury, Maldi. Fresh looking to get past him. He's got Maldi. He's going to make a dive bomb to here probably. Yes, he is. Up the inside. He's got the tyres. He's gripped to do so. Those softs are producing so much more grip. And now Maldi's going to be up behind these drivers like a rabbit in their own hole. As we've got another yellow flag. That's Sans going round. Now that's another permanent yellow flag now, isn't it? Great. As Tovar trying to stick it down the inside of KZR. That yellow flag's flashing luckily is gone. And Maldi leads away. Maldi's managed to get past both of them. Maybe he just knew it wasn't his battle. Maybe Maldi thought to be passed by too busy going contemplating what happened to KZR. and Tovar, Maldi's made his way through. And this is time. Those tyres are going to be a second a lap faster, no doubt about it. He's got to pull away and bridge a gap. Mercury just needs to keep out the barriers and not do much more of that. Maldi just needs to pull away. Bring it to about 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Pit for the set of softs. Come out of the pits by about 10ish. Maybe about 3 seconds a lap faster than everyone else coming towards the end. Maybe. Trilos has obviously got to find and overtake a lot of cars. Don't just hit in the back of your own teammates, the first thing. That's rule number 1. Don't crash into your teammate. This is league racing, so screw your teammates. The only thing you're sharing is the pit box. Nothing else. Before you know it, you'll be stealing other people's front wings. Easy Buffalo has left the session. I think it's more lag, and I think he's retired or he's spun out anyway. Should really be retiring because it's just going to be a car stranded there now. Hopefully the yellow flag goes. It does. So luckily, that yellow flag goes. Quickly have it later on. Maldi's got a 0.6 second gap to Mercury. Mercury's a little bit quicker and fresh right now, as we expected, to be honest, after the first few laps we have seen. Everyone's got penalties apart from the top 2 here, Mercury and Maldi. Maldi's done really well, to be honest. DRS enabled, so Fresh will have it going down towards turn, I think that's turn 11, which is into the stadium section. You won't get it down here because there's no detection point down the straight. The detection point's all the back at before the last corner, so you won't have DRS down either of these straights. As Trilos is now very close to the back of excuse me, Fresh and Mercury, obviously a lot quicker. It all depends how quick these guys are on those softs and whether they don't fall off enough, and then whether they can try and bridge a gap, because you've got to find all that time back up. You've got to bridge that gap now while you've got the fresh air, which will then make it life a lot easier coming to his last few laps on that last stint. As Brunos is all over the back of him, he's making a move on Fresh. I mean, Fresh is full. There's no point battling, mate. He's on tyres that are over a second lap faster. Now just let him go. He's pitting again anyway. So, no point battling now. He's still going to pass Mercury, but he will have DRS coming down the straight. There is DRS enabled for the Alfa Romeo driver. He uses DRS to get closer and closer and closer to Mercury, as he does. Slowly creeps back up. I think Mercury's got very low wings. Well, Caperos would gain a lot of time through here, but taking a bit of unorthodox line through there. Not close to make a move, but I think he's going to make it anyway. Mercury not really defending, which is actually a little bit surprising, especially Mercury's actually defended a bit more, to be honest. Maybe he's going to use Alfa Romeo as a bit of an anchor. Or sorry, more attach a chain to the back of the car. Those hards must be dreadful to drive. I mean, the mediums are bad to drive as it was yesterday. Those hards must be horrible to drive. There's catered R's on the back of them. Those hards, told you, those hards just do not work around here. But at the same time, you can't really have a C4 tyre as that's torpedo around. He's gone torpedoing around the circuit. And we continue on looking towards the front of the field. Kovar receives another penalty, so it will hurt him going towards the end of the race. Maldi's got a gap to 3.2, but it needs to be bigger. It needs to be about 6-7 seconds. Because at this point, if Maldi pits, I'm going to keep on leading now so we can see what's going on. If Maldi pits, it will come out P13. P13 will come out. So yeah, it's going to be difficult for Maldi. Oh, there's yellow flag. There's crash at the back. It's Chris and Torpedo. I'm sorry, Tovar. Collision themselves. Do any of them have damage? Looks like they both got away with it. Yeah, both wings look fine. Actually, no, I think the Alphas have it. I think they're both fine. They're both fine. So, ton of damage for visually, but fine for them. So, continue on. Maldi, I think Maldi needs to go longer here for this first stint on these softs because he needs to stretch that gap out. The later he pits, the better and the more position he's going to, the more places he's going to be ahead of. I think basically he needs to get in front of this gap of Sandra Samuel, but it's not going to happen because those softs are going to start coming off soon. And he needs to find that gap, so I think his best bet is trying to get ahead of Chris. That's Marley's best bet here. Coins lap 27. Those hards are falling off. Kedadar's got past Mercury. Mercury just needs to hold on to the back of Kedadar. Kedadar's not going to pull away like Dross and Maldi did. As those mediums are not that fast compared to the hards. So Mercury will be using Kedadar as a bit of an anchor, a bit of a chain track to the back to that Alfa Romeo engine. He will try and stick at the back of that Alfa Romeo until hopefully his mediums start to wear out towards the end and his hards will last a little bit longer. He's got some fighting here with Mazepin and KTM Viper. As Mazepin's got past him Viper, I believe. Both on very similar stage tyres, Iris Dorman's tyres. He's due for pit stop probably this or next lap. So, because he's going to have to pit now, he'll come up at P12. So, yeah, I think Iris Dorman's will probably be pitting this lap. Saying that, up the inside Mazepin goes, and KTM Viper's look at Iris Dorman's just dived up the inside. Not messing around, he's like, no, I'm going to dive on me, I'll just dive on you back. And he's probably going to pick this up anyway, because, well, it's not going to go to the end of. I think he's gone back into the pad, I think, Iris Dorms. He goes into the pits for set of softs as predicted. Both these drivers will have DRS, because both of them got it from the back of Iris Dorms. So, no one will have any advantage in terms of DRS. It will only slipstream will be taken into effect. Dross actually been catching up to Maldi here. Dross is actually faster than Maldi right now. Still a penalty, but he's definitely closing up to the back of Maldi here. He's got one lap fresh tyres, so I believe it's probably helping him. Maldi will probably have to pit this lap. At this rate, he's looking about P11, P10. Don't forget Maldi hasn't got a penalty yet, so he can gain some positions that way as well if he doesn't get past everyone. We don't know yet, but this could be the worst strategy of all time, or it could be the best strategy of all time. Personally, I think KZR's made the best one. The mediums, I think they're probably the best tyre. They're not too slow, but at the same time they last a bit longer. Maldi's pitting. There we go. 8 laps on those mediums. Dross continues for another lap. Let's see when Maldi comes out. KZR will fly through now for a Romeo. 1-2 for now. It's Mercury. There's lots of position to fresh. Didn't see that. It's hard. These are not fun. He's falling down the field. He's going to come out probably just behind the Red Bull. Yeah, just behind. Oh no, yeah, he is. Here's Maldi. It's X4X Chris, but Chris has got no ERS left. So Maldi will gain that. Chris has got no ERS, and Maldi will have considerable more grip now. So it'll be an easy defend for him. Maldi, look at how much grip he has. Look at that, it's gone. He's just gained. There you go. That's the second right there. So Maldi, he's got some fresh air. He's got to catch up to the Mazepin and Viper, and then side of Samuel. And after that, he's got a bit more fresh air to get back behind Mercury. Dross is going for another lap. Dross using all the overtake possible. He'll probably behind Chris, according to what Maldi's just done. As Dross was a couple of seconds behind Maldi, so Dross will probably come behind Chris and behind Tovar, depending on how that pace goes. He's continuing. He's continuing. Is he going to try and make these tyres go to the end? It's a possibility, but 17 laps on a set of softs is, well, puncture territory for sure. 70, 75, 80% tyre wear, easily. The tyres are like 60% after about 11 laps. So God knows what another 5 or 6 laps will do to them. That'd be 80% towards the end, we'd be pushing those tyres to the limit. KZR, I think, is catching it up now. Those mediums are working nicely compared to those softs now. Maldi, he's already caught up about 2 seconds to the leaders, Mazepin and Samuel. Kovar's got another 3-second time penalty. Probably like his 4th penalty or something. Oh, and there's battling going on with Mazepin and Samuel as they're jostling for positions here. There's more action happening as Samuel continues to defend. All these guys are all on medium tyres, all relatively similar aged. So no tyre advantages or disadvantages in this little battle here. Mazepin's got a lot of dirty air behind that Williams. But that Williams had a bit of an extra, a bit of a scenic route there. But it's worked out decently. Maldi's already got onto the back of this. He just needs to get within DRS, which I'm pretty sure he will. And I'll just help him a little bit, try and make his move. He can have so much more grip. He's going to have DRS here. I don't think he can be able to make a move. His best bet is diving up the inside into turn 1, which I think he's a bit too far behind to do. And then, or maybe making a move into turn 4 when he's got a bit closer. And with that between Joss and Kildar, sticking around 3 seconds. As these guys return in position. He's going to hurt Maldi here. Maldi needs to find a way past here, but he's not going to make that move now. He's not using his overtake. Mazepin's using his own. Maldi, he's going to make a dark look here, but he's not going to make it done here. Maybe he can try and sneak one up the inside here, maybe. He's got so much more grip. He'd probably try and do it, but no, it's just a bit. Oh, Mazepin's gone wide, and that's going to make life Maldi for a little bit easier here. Mazepin's going to try and hold it. Maldi's got much grip on those for me softs. He's going round and round the outside. What a move by Maldi. When he's on a mission, Maldi does what Maldi wants, and what he wants, he gets. It didn't really work out as well as I planned in my head, but that's one move done. 2 more cars, but I'm not sure. But he's got to still find 13 seconds in 5 laps. You can see why I don't think it's work. I mean, an early overtake for Samuel. Oh, he's lifted off here because Samuel's poor exit. He's got more overtake. They both have DRS, so it's going to be a drag race down here. It's all about who's using lower wings. Maldi looks like he's got a bit of an edge on straight line speed. So Samuel's not going to have any pace advantage at all. Maldi will get another move down. He's up into P6. It's now going to be next is KTM and Viper. DRS and Slipstream in the RS. He's closing. He's too far back to make a move. He's making a lineup. I'm just going to try and sneak up the inside here. It's a bit too far behind to do so. And again, they've both gone wide. Each time, KTM Viper's also gone wide, and KTM Viper's only just letting him through. And that makes life easier for Maldi, and Maldi can charge through the second sector without any disruptions. Maldi's now going to catch up to Mercury. I mean, I think that's his best bet. Try and get past Mercury and Fresh, and then after that, it's all about penalties. So Samuel's retired. Crashed. There's another safety car. What does this happen now for people like Fresh? Are these guys in the pit? Oh, it's about it, and they're not pitting. They're not pitting here. And KTM Viper does. There has to be, I believe, 2 laps of racing when the safety car comes in. So the safety car must come in at the end of lap 34. So we're looking at a 2-lap safety car here. The game makes the safety car come in with 2 laps remaining. It will not go into the last lap of 1 lap one lap race. It will not do that. The game will. I mean, remember Japan season Tier 2 in Japan this season? We had a 1-lap safety car. We did a 1-lap safety car because the safety car came out at lap 24 and then came in at the end of lap 25 because it's a 27-lap race around Japan and it has to be 2 laps of clean racing without the safety car. So do the same case here, and the thing is it'll be 2 laps, so there won't be a 3-lap safety car. So Irish Dons really needs to find 50 seconds without spinning it. Yeah. to catch up to the safety car, which I'm pretty sure he can do. This will definitely help Maldi, I think, the most, but he's going to watch out for Caden Viper, who's going to be close behind him on also a fresh set of softs. But don't forget, Viper's going to find a way through. I mean, I think Maldi, if Maldi doesn't get a penalty here, let's say Dross is on 13 lap old softs, he's going to be struggling in these last few laps. So we'll help him in terms of tyre wear, but his tyres are going to be worn nevertheless, compared to the kids that are fresh and Mercury and Maldi. We've all got better conditioned tyres at this point now. So yeah, Maldi just needs to get past Mercury. I don't think Mercury's going to create any sort of issues for Maldi. I'm pretty sure Mercury will let him through. I'm not sure about Fresh, but I think they'll be easy pickings for Maldi anyway, considering the tyre advantage. Kizar, I think, and Jules will be a little bit more difficult. But don't forget, these guys have got penalties. Just Mercury Maldi has to get past. So we'll see. The safety car will come in this lap due to the 2 seconds, the 2 lap rule the game has. Safety car must be in with 2 laps to go. Well, the safety car must come in on the 3rd to last lap. So there's 2 laps of racing. So, I mean, Missy Buffalo is an AI, so he's not actually racing. So I'm not sure if the game takes that into account. The safety car will be in this lap, but all of the legit runners are in and ready to go. Safety car will be in this lap. This is a big moment for Maldi here. He's still looking for his victory. He's looking in Mexico. He got caught in a bit of a moment towards the start of the race. He had damage spun during that first stint. He's had to fight his way through, and this is Maldi's chance. But don't forget, Mercury still has he still has a finger on it. Technically, he's net P1 in terms of penalties, but don't forget he's on the hard tyres. I mean, as mediums started showing a bit of wear, but the safety car's not. Is safety car in? Safety car, actually, I think it is in. Yeah, I didn't see the safety car in his lap. Okay, Josh has gone early. He's going to be careful. Those softs are going to be destroyed. They've done 14 laps now, which is longer than what they're supposed to do. And they've gone. It's go, go, go. 2 laps of racing. There'll be no DRS for this rest of this race. So pure slipstream, pure aggression, and pure pace is going to be needed here to make a move. Torpedo's got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. A lot of 5-second time penalties this race. Maldi be squiggling through. He'd be wanting to get past Mercury as quickly as possible. As Tove Duras will be starting to make a train here at some point, because those softs will fall off at some point. Look at them, you can see the understeer now visually. I mean, I'm not sure how much they're going to make a difference compared to these other tyres. Seems to be doing nicely in terms of pace, so it looks like he's alright for now. But those softs will fall off at some point. Maldi, oh, like a Mercury. Mercury's gone wide, cut the corner. Mercury's making a very weird move. Mercury's gone wide. He thought he's got away with penalties. Mercury, is he going to fight it? We've got Ferrari on the inside as well. And that's a Ferrari, it's Mazepin! Mazepin on fresh softs is looking behind Maldi now. He's got 4 lap fresh on softs compared to Maldi. That's going to be a big threat for Maldi's victory here. Maldi needs to continue going to Mazepin is looking to get past as well. Mazepin's used all his deployment. Maldi's looking to try and get past. He's going to get past Fresh, but as of right now, according to penalties, if they stay like this, Maldi will win this race. Mercury's lost a position to Mazepin, obviously because of that. His Mihards are just slow in general. Maldi must be absolutely shitting himself right now. He's got Fresh behind him. Why is Maldi not using an overtake? He's got plenty to spare. As Maldi's looking to get past, is he really wanting to make a move? Does he really even want that move? Does he want to? That's the question. And it's his tension here as Sentin's getting past his AI, getting past by Irish Storms. And looks like this could be the finishing grid, but it's all about penalties now. Irish Storms gets a penalty. Maldi's gone wide. Maldi made a mistake there. He can't be doing much of that. He's got plenty of ERS to use. Mazepin's looking to get him, make him move, but it's just not going to happen. It's more yellow flags as Torpedo's retired on the last lap of the Grand Prix. It's the worst time to crash. And up the inside goes Irish Storms, and he's not going well. say faith, the face, I can't speak. The fireworks are going off. Maldi wins! Maldi wins the Mexican Grand Prix! What scenes here! Maldi has finally won his first ever race here in season 19. I think this is his first victory in many, many years. I don't know how long it's been. It's before I was even racing in STB, which is season 9. So it's been, I think, probably since F1, probably 13 or something. It's been absolutely amazing. Maldi has won the Mexican Grand Prix. He must be absolutely thrilled. He's kept it clean. He's kept the penalties clean. It's a podium for Mercury in the end. He's still got a P2 in the end there, despite a dominating first stint on the mediums. On the first couple of stints on the softs and the mediums, but the hards didn't quite work out for him. But he still managed to get that P2 despite because of his no penalties. And what a result there! We have Dross in P3. He will lose his win despite finishing crossing the line first. And wow, what a race that is! We'll try and get Maldi into here. I'm not sure if Mercury will want to make a comment, make a do one or not. I'm not sure. I don't think I have Mercury on it. I don't think I have Mercury added, to be honest. Not on this account anyway. But here is your results here at Mexico. STB Maldi will win the Mexican Grand Prix. Sentin will get the fast lap of the race, actually. Mercury will be P2, Duras P3. Fresh will be P4 in the end after all that. Mazepin P5, he had 2 penalties, so yeah, Sentin will be P6, fast as that. Buffalo P7, Ketadar P8, Chris P9, 5 P10, and your non-point finishers are Iris Dorms, Tovar, Sand, Torpedo, and your non-finishers are Samuel Pirilol, Alpha, and Boulange, and Ritzy Buffalo. And Maldi, would you like to include your audio? Wow. Well, if your included video is included, wow, Maldi, this must be, I can hear by the type of your breathing, this must be a very emotional and a very, very happy day for you. Wow. Finally, after all this time, how long has it been, Maldi? How many years?
2017 Mexican Grand Prix.
So, well, Mexico to Mexico being your best track, looks like. Well, it's been 4 years, probably. So, just the strategy ended up working out. The safety car was an absolute treat, I think, for you at the end there. Made a bit of a scare, but I think the safety car worked out for you.
Collision, obviously, I was trying to get through the pack in the first stint, and then tried to get past Tovar. We had a bit of problems, like with his AI and stuff. But yeah, I got rear wing damage. I was running with rear wing damage for the whole Grand Prix, and
really, that makes you even more impressed.
Yeah, I was running with rear wing damage throughout the whole Grand Prix. I'm just amazing, but no, real talk. I was running with rear wing damage for the whole Grand Prix, and I thought the race was over. And then safety cars came, and I nearly lost the back end coming through the S's section. I
saw that.
I definitely shat myself.
I second that.
But yeah, I just want to say, Viva Mexico, Fuerza Mexico, aka, in other words, like power, great stuff. I want to say thank you to Bram Nillison. Big shout out to Bram Nillison for his engineering. Yeah, inject it. So
yeah, I mean, amazing result in the end. I wasn't sure if that strategy going to work out. That safety car definitely helped you in the end. I mean, that was amazing. You kept it clean with the rear wings, with the damage you said, and with no penalties. Just to add on to that, I think brilliant. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better race. So, STMLD everyone for winning the Mexican Grand Prix.
Thank you.
And obviously, we will return back for Tier 1 on Monday, as usual, but we'll be returning to the track of
Australia.
I believe it's not Australia, and then it'll be, I think, Japan's the last race. And then obviously, if you don't want to watch Tier 1, come back to Tier 2 and Tier 3 for the original race calendars. We'll be back back at Saudi Arabia for Tier 2 and Tier 3 next week as well. So come back on Monday for me and Maldy in the com box. We'll see you then, and goodbye.